Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be doing a animation in Procreate Dreams called What I Hate About Summer. Okay, so here's all the things that I've created over in Procreate. I'll show you all the files. So I got this little guy right here, and I've got most of the things that are not moving out of all on one layer here. This is the bottom teeth right here. These are some bumps on his arms, and then his arms are on each layer. And we've got a mosquito up here, and we got his nose on a separate layer, which we need to put that above. There we go. All right, so that are all the assets. If you want to get these assets, they're over. Join the Patreon. You'll have all the assets for both YouTube websites. So go check that out. Pretty good deal. So let's go back over to Procreate Dreams, and let's start our new file. Click on the little plus sign here in the top. We're just going to do a widescreen here, but you can scroll through whichever sizes that you need, and if you want to change that specs on it, you can do it from there too. We're just going to choose this widescreen empty right here, and that's going to create our file. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to change the settings of it here. If you click on the title, and it's called Procreate Dream or Dream 23 right now, but you can change the name of that if you want. Properties here, I'm going to change the frames per second to I think I'm going to do 15 this time. I usually do 12, but I'm going to do 15 this time. And the duration of it, we're going to do 10 seconds, and then go... Yeah, okay. Usually I have to go over to that 1 minute and take it off, but this time I didn't have to do that. That's good. So we got 10 seconds, we got 15 frames per second, and 1920 by 1080, and let's hit done. So there we are. We have our file all ready to go. Let's go back over to Procreate now, and let's get that file. So I'm going to hold down on it till it moves around and go back to Dreams, and I'm just going to drop it in. There's other ways you can do that. You can go into here, into the Dream setting, and you can import files. You can do it that way too, but it's just the way I like to do it. And I'm going to adjust this size just a little bit so it will fit inside there very good. All right, and that's all good. So the first thing we start out here is a flat file. If I turn it off, everything goes off. There's none of the layers that we had over in Procreate. So to fix that, what you do is you long press on that track and you hit this convert layers to tracks, and now you can see it created a group. If you click on the little arrow right there and open it up, now we can see all of our assets that we had in the layers that we had over in Procreate. So the first thing I want to do is I want to group the things that are going to be moving together. So the first thing I think I'm going to group is this mosquito. So it's just 2 frames or 2 tracks here. We got the things that are not moving, and then we got his nose. So I'm going to group those together by clicking on the little layer thing here, drawing a line through those 2, holding down on them, and pushing group. And now it puts those 2 in a group. And I'm going to go ahead and delete these empty tracks that it leaves. So now if we open up that group, we'll have the mosquito and the nose. All right, so I'm going to animate this nose first. And what I'm going to do is we're going to create a new layer by clicking on our new track above the nose track. All right. And then what we're going to do is make him a little bit bigger so I can see him well. I'm going to hit drawing mode. We're going to click that same blue color that the mosquito is. And we're just going to draw like a little. So I'm going to put on my drawing glove and go back into drawing mode since it kicked me out of it. And what we're going to do is the pen I've got just a standard ink or streamliner. I'm going to draw a circle here. Right there in the end. Alright, and now I want to animate that circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch, see there, touch thing, it just starts going, does whatever it wants to do. 3 fingers, I'm going to spread it out a bit. And then what I want to do is I want to stretch this little drawing out here to be a little bit longer. Alright, and then I'm going to animate this. using keyframes. So I'm going to click on the little clacker here. I'm going to hit move, move and scale. Okay, that sets a keyframe in its current position. I'm going to come over here to the end, and I'm going to click on it again, and I'm going to move that. Let's try that again. Alright, it's just not doing whatever I want it to do today. Delete that keyframe, do it one more time. Come over here to the end, click on it, and I move that ball right up into his head there. Let's see how fast that is. Yep, that's fine, I guess. If I think it's too fast, what I can do is just move this out a little bit more, and then take that keyframe there and stretch it out over to there. So it might go a little bit slower that time. Yeah, you can't see much, but anyway, it is fine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this by holding down on it and hitting duplicate. So it's going to make another one, just like it is. And same thing, duplicate. Same thing, duplicate. And you can see it looks like he's sucking something up in his mouth there. Alright, so I'm going to let that go. 1, 2, 3. Maybe do it one more time. Duplicate it once more. Doom, 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 doom. Okay, that's good enough. And now we're going to close this mosquito group. Which is right here. Alright, and now we're going to animate this whole group together. So, about there where that last thing goes up in his drinking. So I'm going to do about right here. I'm going to hit move, move and scale. Okay, and I'm going to make this smaller so I can grab a hold of it. Alright, and then that sets the keyframe where it is right now. And we're just going to come over just a little bit more. We're going to click on it again, and then we're going to just shrink it to about right there. And then from here, I want it to fade out. So actually we can probably start fading out sooner than that. So if you want to start a new type of keyframe, so this is a movement keyframe, but I want to set an opacity keyframe. Need to move our up to the main, move this little thing right here up to the main track and click on it again, and that time hit filter and opacity. So what that does, it sets a new little type of keyframe there. So from here to here, we're going to have it fade out. Maybe we'll move this over a little bit more. Let's see what that looks like. Beep. Yep, it's good enough. Alright, so we are done with the mosquito part. Okay, now let's work on the boy here. Alright, so let me see. The first thing I'm going to animate, I think I'm going to move his teeth first. So we're going to go to the teeth, which is right here. I thought I was going to need to group all of the boy together, but I don't think I need to do that. So as that starts to uncover to about right here, I'm going to have those teeth moving now. So I'm going to do another move, move and scale. So that'll set a keyframe there. I'm going to come over just a little bit. I'm going to click on it again, and we're going to move those teeth over to there. And we're going to do it again, back and forth. I wonder if we could do performance mode. I think it might go outside of the mouth if I do that. It's not that precise, so I think I'm going to just keep doing it like I'm doing it right now. Just going to keep moving it back and forth. Just moving the timeline over a bit, moving it back the other side. Alright, I'm going to probably speed this up so that you guys know what I'm doing. You don't need to see me do this all the way to the end. Okay, I made it. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, it's good enough. Alright, so that's what I wanted for that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to animate these bumps that he's got. So I'm going to start with the first one here on his arm. So I'm going to do, let's try a performance mode. Let's see if it will work. So if you're enjoying the content, I have a small favor to ask that makes a huge difference. Subscribing to my channel is like giving a virtual high five, and it means the world to me. When you hit that subscribe button, you're not just supporting the channel, you're joining an incredible community of awesome people who love art just as much as you do. Imagine being part of something bigger where every view, like, and comment helps us grow and reach more awesome folks just like you. Plus, subscribing is super easy. It's just one click, but that one click has a ripple effect, helping me create more content, bringing new ideas to life, and spreading positivity all around. And hey, in the spirit of kindness, how about this? Subscribe and then go out and do something nice for someone today. Hold the door open for a stranger, leave a kind note for a coworker, or simply smile at someone who looks like they need it. Let's make the world a bit brighter together. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and let's make amazing things happen. Thank you for your support. You're the reason this channel exists. In my test file, it was not working. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a move and scale, and then click on those three little dots right there, and we want to move our anchor point to the bottom of the square right there. So what that does is if when you rotate it or make it bigger, it's going to do it from that point right there. Alright, I'm going to try this performance mode and see if it'll work. Alright, I think it did it. Let's see if it looks okay. Nope. And that's exactly what it did on the test file. So it's doing so slow. Even though I was moving my finger very quickly up and down, it is not working correctly. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do it with keyframes. So right where he starts to appear. So there's our first keyframe. So I'm just going to come over a little bit, and we're going to hit move and scale, and then we're just going to make that a little bit bigger and bring it over. I'm going to make it smaller. Bring it over, make it bigger. Just keep doing this over and over and over. Okay, it's going to be sped up too, either that or I'm just going to cut to the end. Since you guys see what I'm doing. Just making it bigger and smaller. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Yep. Alright, and then we're going to do these other ones just the same way. So I'm not going to show all these since you already know the process of doing it. So I'm just going to find another one of the bumps. And that's the one on this side right here. So I'm just going to do the same thing that I did over there. I'm going to set a keyframe, move and scale. I'm just going to bring it over a little bit. And I'm going to make sure I set that, edit that anchor point till it's there in the corner. Okay, move and scale. Make it smaller. Make it bigger. And on and on and on. Okay, I will catch you guys again after I get all of these little bumps animated. Then we'll go on to the next step. Okay guys, we're back. We got all the bumps done. So now we're going to do the arms. So I'm going to go to the arm. One arm is here. And then wait until it appears. So right there. And then we just want the arms to shake back and forth. And I'm going to try to do this one performance mode. So click on move, move and scale. And we're going to click on the little three dots and set our anchor at the top of the shoulder there. Alright, click on the little circle there, it sets it for ready. And then I want the little curve right there, and we're just going to move his arm back and forth. Okay, that should be good. See what that looks like. It's good. I could do it again like I did the bumps and make it a little bit quicker, but it's fine. I'm not going to make this video any longer than it should be. So the other arm. So again, the 3 little dots, and let's move the anchor point up to the shoulder. Alright, and then we're going to click move and move and scale, and we're going to click on the little circle there, which gets it ready for movement, and then click on one of the corners here until you get that little curve spot, and then that's what rotates it. Well, that's not rotating. Sometimes it gets a little picky as to where. There we go. Okay. Alright, let's see if that arm looks like. Yep, that's fine. Alright, last thing we're going to do is we're going to do his eyes and his eyebrows. Alright, so I didn't draw any eyes. So I'm going to go to the layer that has the whole body on it. And then as it appears about right there, I'm going to make a new track. So again, hit the plus, add a track. I'm going to add a track right above it. I'm going to go in the drawing mode, and I need a black. Alright, that's good. And I'm just going to draw just 2 little eyes like that. And what I'm going for here is the jiggly effect. So in one of the past videos that I've done, I've showed how to do that. So it's just the things that kind of move around and shape, and they do it with the text a lot. So that's basically all it is. So I'm just going to draw another frame here and just draw it one more time. So it's not going to be exactly the same. So that's what's going to give it this shaky effect. Do one more. And you don't need a lot of them to do this. I mean, you really only need about 3. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out of drawing mode. I'm going to click on the layers mode. We're going to select all 4 of those. Hold them down and hit group. So now we have that one group, and then we can duplicate the whole group. So that makes it a little bit quicker. And then you could do it again, actually. You could select those 3 groups and group them and do it, but I'm not going to do that. Hello. So just duplicate it until it gets to the end again. No, we got a long way to go. Okay, I am going to do it. Layers. Select all those guys. Group those. And then duplicate that big giant group. That'll get you to the end. See, and there's Dreams undoing things that you do automatically, like it loves to do. And then one more maybe. Yep. Alright. So let's just let me a little bit of, see what that looks like a little bit. Yeah, that's just exactly what I wanted. And then we're going to do the eyebrows. We're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to, from here, look at that. It's separated even. Put those back together. Dreams doing what it wants to do as usual. Okay, so what I'm going to do is create a new track again on top of that one. And this one's going to be for the eyebrows. So about here, I'm going to go in the drawing mode again. We're already on black, and I'm just going to do 2 eyebrows like that. And we're going to come over, and you can see them from the onion skin. And draw them again. Draw them again. Maybe do one more. Draw them again. Alright, and then we're going to layer them, select all of those, long press, group, duplicate the group, duplicate the group, duplicate the group, duplicate the group. Now let's select all of those. Hold them down and, no, not copy. Hold them down and group them again. And then we're going to duplicate that big old group. That'll get us to the end quicker. One more probably. Yep. Alright, I think that is all. So I am going to save the final animation till the very end. I hope this has helped you guys. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Click the like button, share with your friends. Don't forget about the Patreon that has all of the assets that you can use to follow along with these animations. And with that, I will see you guys next week for another Procreate or Procreate Dreams tutorial. Take care.